Hey, sorry, I'm 1 minute late. I want to say that I was finishing an Uma Musume run, but I wasn't. I was mid Uma Musume run. We're just gonna have to come back to it later. Um, so what we're working on, what we did last time, is we set up this painting studio, which has unlocked just an incredible amount of luxury for us. Look at these paintings. +9, impressive luxury. +12, peaceful. +12, peaceful. We have, over here, a mage's study. We want this mage's study to become a mage's tower. In order to do that, we need 11 more scholarly luxury. So what we're going to be doing for a while is just painting shit until we get enough scholarly paintings that we can put them in here to turn this into a mage's tower, and then we unlock our next tier of research. And while that's going on, we're also going. I don't even know what was new in there. I think it was the water apprentice fountain. And while we're doing that, we're going to hopefully get Rhoda hired. She's almost done with Earth. We'll get Sonia hired. She's got air and dark to work through, and then we need to pick up Wallace and Xander, and we need to graduate Alexandra. So we got a couple things to do. And then also, if we could just keep expanding the school, that would be great as well. I think the unreachable object is this void cap, but that's fine, because actually, Neville can reach it. And then we also finally figured out that voidshroom farming rooms have to be at least 3 high. And we're in the process of walking this thing backwards until we find out how small it can be and still grow void cap, so that we can farm up like 300 void cap. And then make as many windows as we want. But that's going to be the plan. I would also really like to set up a second common room one of these days to put apprentices in, so that we can go back to having 6 initiates in the school. But I don't think we can quite handle that until we build a second dragon block. Because otherwise we are going to run out of food. But I think, in order to help with that, yeah, we did unlock iron crafting. So I think we just make 200 iron. That's going to consume a lot of our wood. But, oh god, the fog is close. We should probably do a fog ritual for him. But we can send our choppy boys out to farm wood for us. We can just sick them on these fields, and then we can have our holly boys bring it all in. Voidshroom have appeared. Oh, you can grow in here. How big are you? You're only 128. We can make this significantly smaller. Neville, could you come and get on this thing? And then also, I guess we should light this hallway. Yeah, build one of those. On the double, please. Planting bitter rice crop? That's not really your job, though. Like, don't we have bots for that? Did they all pass away? Oh, harvesters can't plant. They can only harvest. I think I killed the one tender that I had. Yeah, I killed my one quilted fertilizer. Maybe I want to bring him back. We'll bring him back. I don't like the idea that my actual mages have to do work. I would rather have my quilted beasts do all of that. Alright, let's fast forward to morning. And then when morning comes, we will kick off a ritual that we don't have enough smoke stick for. We might need to wait another day until the fog gets closer. Oh, but then we're not going to have gut berries, man. I'm remembering everything now. Then we're not going to have enough gut berries. That's a problem. We need to figure out where to farm gut berries. I need like a second greenhouse. Oh, where's that going to fit in? I could extend this out a little further if I really wanted to. I could bump it out 2. And it would still have support. But I think realistically I just need to find a place for another greenhouse. What's up, Brainless? How's it going? I need to rip all of this out and replace it. I think that's going to inform where another greenhouse goes. I also need to move this. It would be kind of sick to just put a greenhouse on top of the kitchen. But then that renders this whole side of the school off limits, basically. Because nothing can go on top of a greenhouse. And I've expanded so far out that I don't have any room for... I mean, you're not even doing anything with the cabbage in here. You could, if you wanted to, just stick some gut berries in here, because you literally don't do anything with cabbage. So why don't you harvest all of that? This is all bitter rice, and that's fine. Strapping up for the day. Same here. Finished up work, finished up a few consulting projects. A little late starting stream. I would have liked to start closer to like 6, but be hanging out doing Mind Over Magic until 8 Eastern. And then we're doing Guild Wars 2 from 8 Eastern to either 10 PM or 1 AM, depending on whether I feel like streaming Reset or not. Settling in for a nice Friday to kick off the weekend. But yeah, we'll do 2 more cabbage. Build a second cabbage here, build a third cabbage here, just so we can start stockpiling it. And then we'll do triple gutberry planter. And I think I set a harvest limit on you. So I'll build a copy using these settings. As soon as you guys are done with this wormweed. You're gonna be there a while. I'll come back later. Sonia finishing up her next painting. We need one with scholarly luxury, if you could, so. Can you do such a thing? Impressive luxury? Not quite. I do like that it's Quinn, though. Go ahead and put it here, I guess. Can you actually... I can select. Okay. Yeah, make me a painting with scholarly luxury. And also, make it of Emma, because Emma is our scholar. She should have a painting of herself in the secretary room. And then, when we allow Emma to retire, we can make, like, a wall of all of our former researchers. So, like, when we fire Emma for the next person who we want to bring in to be our ball and lightning mage, then they'll have Emma's picture in that room to remind them of, like, this is the person who did all the research first. Where? This one? Somebody gonna get on that? Franco? Franco lecturing? Sonia? Sonia learning. I need you guys to ward more often, man. You're freaking me out not doing this on, like, ultra high priority. We'll just set it to 5. And hopefully that takes care of it. He's got a long walk, too. Yeesh. Alright, you still grow. So we can squeeze this in even closer now. And figure out what the minimum size is for that room. Also, we could learn something interesting in here, because if a voidshroom grows in this room, then we know that it's exclusively a property of height. And nothing else actually influences it. Gwen getting to put his own picture up. We're good on ash parchment and fibrous textile. It's just because Sonia is in class right now. Oh, she's waiting, and nobody's there, because Franco has to go reset the dungeon timer. Oh, that's so sad. Well, he's on the way back now. It's cost Sonia most of her learning for the day, but... And then we also caught up on iron, so now we can go crafting. Dragon Walk. Actually, just build this Dragon Walk. Ah, I can't copy those settings. Alright. Build a second Dragon Walk here. And then, when we promote Wallace to Apprentice, which needs to happen relatively soon, actually. Also, did we decide that we were doing... Is he just going to be a Pyromancer? He's Fire 5, Water 2, Earth 2, Lightning 2. He could be a Lava Conjurer. But I think I'd rather just take a pure Pyromancer and then replace Gwendolyn. Because Gwendolyn is very underwhelming. What's up, Azure? How's it going? Yeah, I think I replace Gwendolyn. Oh, also, Rhoda's ready to get hired. Oh, shit. Hire staff. Rhoda. 9,500 Trials XP. Manifest a level 17 Relic. Oh, shit. Yeah, you guys can open. Dude, she's ready. So now, we shrink this. Because we don't need it anymore. We can go and put it into storage. And we build Wallace a Pyromancer's stone so that we can promote him to Apprentice. And then we could think about firing Quinn. I'm not sure if we're going to, but we could think about firing Quinn. Also, we have gut berries again now, so Alexander, you can eat only those. Did I get enough smoke stick to run a ritual? No, I use up smoke stick. Good God. We need to be a little careful here. In fact, I think we need to be really careful here. Where does my smoke stick go? What even uses it? Not you, not you, not you, not you, not you. I bet it's the parchment. Yeah, yeah, you need to pause on that. Just chill out on the parchment for a while, because I need those smoke sticks to run a ritual. I also need some gut berries to run a ritual. So let's grab these. Build a copy with settings over here. But I do not want this greenhouse to get consumed by fog. That would be very bad. That'd be a negative outcome. You're done in 37 minutes. I wish to see your relic. Also, what is this thing? Formidable. Attunes to Wolfkin. Sonia, didn't I tell you to attune to that? I did, you just haven't done it yet. Alright, fair enough. Rain is falling? That's fine. She's here. Oh shit, she's got a cool outfit too. Holy cow. You have manifested me an energized hair teaser. Plus 3 speed, plus 10 max HP. Yeah, okay. Attunes to tranquility. Okay. Do you have tranquility? She does. It's alright. How good is max HP really on a Shattered, though? I guess, like, maybe not horrible. Franco also... No, not Franco. I don't care about Franco. Sonia, Tranquility? Sonia also has Tranquility, and Sonia also has D plus health. And S plus speed, so she doesn't really need the help with speed. I'll just give it to Rhoda. I feel like max HP will make it easier to justify... Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, I think that's sick. Where do I read about what a Shattered does? Here? They gain armor in battle and are immune to many ills. I'm pretty sure that the shield that they get in combat is equal to their HP. Which means that if I give her a relic that increases her HP, it will also increase the size of the shield that she starts with in battle. How are you losing health? Is it dripping all the way through here? It shouldn't be. Who hurt you? It is dripping all the way through there. Oh, no. I guess we'll just have to tank that, but I'll have to fix that for later. So give me a fire apprentice pyre and shove it in here. We'll just apprentice Wallace, and then we'll tear it down again because I haven't built appropriate rooms for any of this crap. Shattered are the best? They're pretty good, man. Like, if they're only... the weakness is something that you can just fix with relics, that's kind of crazy. Also, A plus speed, A plus power, C plus magic is like, it's fine. It kind of goes crazy. Rhoda's going to be an insane wizard when she hits level cap. And realistically, I think that we could just demote Quinn right now. And we could just have Rhoda take over for him. It would free up... well, what else does Quinn do? Earth 5 is fine. Rhoda does that now. Lightning 2 is Emma's job. Quinn is never going to research because Emma does it all first. And then Dark 2, Franco does. And then Air 2, like, who cares? He's slightly better at building. We have robots for doing the hauling. I think we retire Quinn. God, I need to get rid of Gwendolyn, too. Alright, Fire Apprentice Pyre. Fire Apprentice. Wallace. I'm gonna keep you as a straight Pyromancer. I don't think you need to be anything else super fancy. You're going to give us a level 14 relic. You're going to use up all of our Gnosis shards. So after this, we're kind of checked out on fire. Well, if that's the case, why am I apprenticing Wallace before Xander? Because apprenticing Xander is how we finally kill the burrower larva. So that we have a bitch and water caster. Because he's slow as anyone, but he's decent at combat. B plus power's fine. I think I need to apprentice Xander first. So shrink this again. We'll build a water apprentice fountain instead. And then, are these Gutberry planters done? Gutberry planters are done. Great news. Would like somebody to come and tend this, but I get that it's a little busy right now. Franco hasn't even gotten to that quilted fertilizer. Priscilla and Sunshine are not destroyed by water. Big load. Big deal. And then copy your settings. No, copy your settings, and then paste your settings here. Maybe I wanted to promote Wallace so that I could cook more. But I still think it's more important to grab Xander and just do the burrower larva stuff. Just to say that we did it. Research is done. Get me a lightning apprentice orrery, just so that I have it. I have no immediate plans for a lightning wizard, but if I develop plans for one, at least I don't have to go and find where it is. Dimitri, are you good at fighting? You're okay at fighting. So frontline for Burrower is Xander Ilani. Backline for Burrower is Demetria Emma. And then we'll give him some potions as well. Smoke Greed is going to come in tomorrow. Hopefully it's still the superior ritual. Although, I don't even know if that's going to be enough. We might have to cross our fingers that we get... Oh, it's going to be too far away for a gut barrier ritual. It's still 8 days until it consumes the school. We have time to grow the smoke reed. It'll be okay. Oh, that's right, there's Wormweed Viscera after that. You know what, we can just run it now. We have tons of that stuff. This team is fine, except that I would like Rhea to come for XP. And then everybody gets XP, except for the student slot, but I don't have any students that need XP right now. So you guys come down here, get that taken care of. Have we finished our next painting yet? Sonia has not finished her next painting yet. She's coming to do it now. And then that's the last one we're going to do for a while, because our smoke reed situation is dire. No? Oh, you're still hauling stuff. Okay, fair enough. I actually don't have enough Gnosis shards to hire another staff. We might need to fire Quinn in order to... I wonder if I have enough Gnosis shards to apprentice him. How much does that cost? 54 and we have 70? Okay, so we can just barely do it, and then after this, we're out of Gnosis shards. We need to start bringing in initiates just to mill them through the system and generate Gnosis shards for us. Does it cost me Gnosis shards to retire? No, okay. Vivified perform worse in battle, that's fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Voidshroom in 6 hours in that room. Voidshroom in 12 hours in that room, if they're allowed to spawn there as a valid target. Alright, you guys finish your ritual. Void Cab destroyed by water? What? Oh, shit. Neville. I need you to store these, friend. No, I need you to store it now. There you go. And then we have 3 battles. Well, let's go see what else we have out here. Rancor Crystal 1. Nothing else. A lot of Runewood, but nothing else. Is it a battle that we can cheese? Kind of, but not really. We'd have to play fair on that one, and I don't necessarily want to do that right. Rancor number 2. Same thing. Rancor number 3. Same thing. Don't have a great air mage on staff, and scythes are just annoying to take care of. I'm not going to do those for now, but I will grab a smoky crystal. And... oh, a lot of murky crystals out here. But I think that's all we need immediately out that far. Everything else we grow, except for, like, fractal anemones and stuff, but we have seeds. So let's fast forward to morning. Alexander's making slow progress on Gutberry Eater. She'll be done with anticipatory learning tomorrow, probably. A fog incarnation. That should not be that difficult to deal with. But we are going to have to wake everybody up. It's only got 500, and the last one that showed up with 500 got dumped. Oh, no problem. He's over. Everybody is going to get voidshroom rash, which is a little annoying, but this thing should not to this game. Easy. Alright, free mana crystal, 50 brains, 50 eyeballs, I think you get out of this. Very nice. And then everybody's awake. What's going on here? Wilted sweeps. Don't have any. Franco. Alright, he's working on it. He's identified the problem. He's just dragging his feet. What were you doing all the way up here? Listening at Enchantophone? You're on notice. You don't get your... He's gonna try and teach after this too, isn't he? That's why you don't have any quilted getting made. It's because after he's done with recreating, he is going to teach. He only has 2 opportunities to work in the entire day. Sonia, can you quilt? You are not allowed to quilt. Okay. Franco, I'm gonna need you to come and quilt. Instead of teaching for a little bit this morning. You can let Sonia paint. She's got plenty to keep herself occupied. $4.5, 22.8. It still grows. I want to see if it grows in this room, and then we'll move the wall over one more. Are the priorities of the new hire correct? Probably not, because I didn't look at them at all. So, you love constructing. You never need to mine, because we have quilts for that. You never need to repair, because we have quilts for that. You can carve. If you can't find anything else to do, you can hunt, destroy, and cook. And you'll actually spend a lot of time cooking, I would imagine. You don't need to charge, you don't need to augur, you don't need to research. We have other people for that. And then you can teach at a super high priority, if we need it. But at the specialized apprentice stones, we shouldn't need it. We're not training another Earth Mage right now. So, Water Apprentice Xander. I don't think I want to do... Well, maybe I do want to do something funky with you. Let's take a look at what your options are. Water 3, Fire 2, Air 2. So you could do Water, Air. And so we don't really have anyone on staff who does... Well, we have Sonia, actually. Sonia does Air. So I don't necessarily know you need to be Water, Air. You could be Water, Fire, which would be a Steam Sorcerer. That would knock your Dark to 0 and your Earth to 0. But you already don't do that. You like Water, Earth? I could see it being good. He's just kind of dog water at Earth. I want him to be useful outside of fights, rather than just having him be like a fight bot. And we do kind of hurt for fire. Also, having a mage who's good at fire that doesn't have themselves shackled to a fire wand, so that I have to deal with Victorious all the time, would be pretty sick. I can see a world where we make Xander a Steam Sorcerer. So, let's shrink this. Let's shrink this, rebuild the Pyromancer's Infernum, and then we can also apprentice Wallace there, when we have enough Gnosis shards to do so. I think I can justify Xander being a Steam Sorcerer. I don't think I need a mono Water Mage. Alexander completed Anticipatory Learning, so you can get off of that schedule and you can finally go and recreate. And then grab me my Fire Apprentice, Pauldron. Somebody just come and install this, please. Crafted a portrait. Scholarly 12 of Emma. We go and enlarge this up here. Somebody come and install that, and then we should be able to take this door down and turn that into a Mage's Tower. Which is going to unlock our next tier of research. Fire Apprentice Pyre. Wallace, you're going to come and chill. Your officiant for that is probably going to be Demetria, because I just like having Demetria do all of the teaching stuff in the school. Begin. And then after that's done, I think we let Quinn retire. Poor Sonia. Eric, are you caught up on quilting here? You made one sweep? Nah, I'm gonna let you keep working on that. I need those sweeps back. Also, isn't the only thing this workshop needs to become a atelier creepy luxury? No, small roof decorations as well. Which I think the only one that I can do is a finial right now. That said, we could make 3 finials. That's interesting to think about. I would really like to have my quilts last longer. I think that would be neat. "46 minutes until we find out if that's worked." Alright, Staunch Effigy. Is it good? Tune power staunch. 15%, 15 max HP and 1 power. It's okay. It attunes to Vivified. Rhoda's full up. Sonia does not have Vivified. Xander will have Vivified because he is Vivified. Now you can have this thing. Why not? It's fine. I think Xander's going to wind up being a tank, so giving him extra HP is fine, and a little extra power never hurt anybody. So we'll let you train for a bit. Once you get a little leveled up, we can think about trying the Burrower larva again. I think we have the squad that I want to use to fight it. New luxury. Decorative column, sure. New furniture, relic, sure. We could probably work on that at some point. Gremlin has appeared. Oh, because this room is so messy. Yeah, that's a good point. Also, voidshrooms grow in here. Oh, shit. Okay, we're about to farm some industrial scale voidshroom. The only problem is, the reason that none of this stuff is getting picked up is because I took Neville off hauling, because I just have the quilteds doing it. So I'm going to move him to hauling neutral. And ideally, he'll still shuffle some stuff around. So, Neville, I need you to hunt this thing. However, we've learned something extremely valuable from that run. And what we've learned is that we can go like this, and like this, and like this. Well, I guess just like this. We can go like that, and we can generate rooms for farming voidshroom. I don't like that they're uneven. So I think we're going to shift everything in here over 1. Because this side of the school is eventually going to get scrapped completely. I do not like it. So a voidshroom room has to be 3 tall, because we tried 2 tall and it did not spawn them. But it can be... Does it support a door? Nah, doors are 4 high. We'd have to go up 1 extra, which, like, it would be fine, but the whole idea of sequestering void caps in here was to avoid people getting mana drained. And I know that I could set door permissions so that, like, only quilted beasts can go through, but I don't know. We might fiddle with it later. We definitely can't do it down here because actual people traverse this thoroughfare. But we can clean this room up a bit. Yeah, we could. They're like, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Depends on whether I want Neville to do the work or whether I want the quilt beast to do the work. It's not like Neville does anything right now. He just kind of wanders around. Alright, so this whole wall gets moved over. Also, stop making these. We're gonna change that around a little bit. Thank you for your enthusiasm, but we're gonna make some adjustments. These can also go. Kill this, please. Kill this, please. Neat that you can do that with arches. I did not know that you could do that with arches. I don't know that it has any function, but it does look kind of funky. If you wanted to just make something weird for no reason. And then wall here. Floor there. And then also wall... Well... what do I want this room to be? Oh, you know what? This is going to be the sculpture studio. So I actually do want to bump that up. You can be an arch. This whole floor can go. Because the sculpture studio has to be grounded. And we can industrially manufacture sculpt stone now. So rip all of this out. And then if we bump the floor up to here, we actually can set up what you were talking about, Brainless, because it'll be on the same floor as the rest of the school. So we can... 1, 2, 3, 4. Floor will need to go there. And then floor will need to go here. Floor will need to go here, as well as there. And then walls can go here, here. How have I screwed this up? How have you screwed this up? That's gonna bother me a lot. We might have to move this wall back one more. Cancel. We've done something wrong. Cancel this destruction. Build this wall back up. No, it's because you built this wall in the wrong place. It's because there's a new wall that's going to be there. You're fine. You're good. You're thinking that this is going to be a permanent wall. It's not. It's going to be empty space. So this needs to be wall. This is floor. And then this is going to be a door. And this is going to be gone. You're getting rid of... You only really have to go up to like there to keep the rest of that room intact. You have a floor come across like that. And then you have wall, 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 and now it lines up. And then door, 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 door. Okay, that's the one. That's the one. Stop looking at it, that's the one. You also have wall that comes over. Rhoda lecturing at the fire apprentice fire. She's not bad at fire, honestly. She's only slightly worse than Gwendolyn is. I think I'm okay with her lecturing. Access, Rhoda, and Gwendolyn. But let's get this room rebuilt so that we get some better efficiency out of it. Also, this is going to have to come all the way up to support this portion of the school, otherwise the entire thing is going to collapse. So let's also get that in. Intermediate classroom is back. Good. More efficient learning for people in there. These windows do need to move over one, so they're still symmetric. Rhoda sleeping? I guess everybody did wake up to go and fight the fog incarnation, so that's expected, I suppose. So this door, access, not staff, not student, quilted only. And then this door, when we build it, will be not staff, not student, quilted only, and then we don't have to deal with the middle three. In fact, the middle three don't even need to be doors. They could be arches. Wait, that was one of the doors that you needed. Ah, we'll fix it later. So walls here. Hallway here, here, here. Door here. That's the one. So if you guys could get on that. When you're eating? Yeah, what you doing after that, then? What's your plan after that? Also, we installed the portrait. So this is now not a Mage's Tower because it's adjacent to this schoolroom. Which means that we now destroy this roof, which is going to make our emerald statue vulnerable. But for the time being, I don't think there's anything I can do about that. No, wait, there is. In an insane way, there is. We make this a roof. It'll work. It's gonna look real dumb, but it'll work. But that's fine, because we're gonna refactor large parts of this part of the school anyway. Alright, so that is now a Mage's Tower. We get 15 progress per cast on our research, which is quite nice. So we are going to rip through the remaining research that we have. Someone doesn't have a bed? Really? If it flashed for... Oh, because Rhoda's staff now. She can't sleep in the student-only beds. I have 7 staff. That's Franco's bed. Build a copy of this. Yeah, she's gonna get cheesed off about that. The staff sleeping situation is such a shambles, man. What I should do, and what I could do at this point, actually, is, what do I need to make a staff bedroom? Book of rooms, man. Bedrooms. Bed chamber. Private, silent, elevated. You're not going to be silent. You're not going to be silent. You're not going to be silent. So I can't use this space. I'm beginning to hate that this greenhouse is here. Because if this greenhouse wasn't here, it would be really easy to do private, silent, elevated on top of whatever this room was. But I need this greenhouse to function. The greenhouse is not negotiable. It would mean sacrificing one of these. I could turn these into greenhouses really, really easily. But it means I would have to move the bitter rice and the cabbage over to, like, here. Why not just put a floor above the greenhouse? Because it's going to block the sun for everything in the greenhouse. It's going to cut their growth to 50%. Possibly 0% if there's a full room above it. I know that Flora cuts it to 50. I think it can still be a greenhouse if I, like, built this wall, built a pillar on top of the wall, built this wall, built a pillar on top of the wall. And then I could put bedrooms above it, but it would hurt the growth rate of things in the greenhouse. And if it's going to cut the growth rate of things in the greenhouse, I'm like, find a way to get rid of these stupid bitter rice plots and just turn this into a greenhouse. Move all your plants over there. But at this rate, I might, honestly. Because the more I use... I love how this greenhouse looks, but I just don't think it's in the right spot. I think I need to move them somewhere else in the school. I would love to move one to here, but then I need to find a new place to put a private dining room. Which takes... Private skewed? Wait, private skewed is, like, stupid easy to make. So maybe we just do that. That's not a challenging set of keywords at all. So where would I put a private skewed room? You'd put it here. This would be really easy to private skew. You haven't played in a few months, but as far as you remember, having a building above a greenhouse didn't affect growth rate. Hey, we can test it quick. I'm pretty sure I did, but we can double check. We'll just put a wall like here. And then we'll put a floor like here. I believe for everything under the floor, it's going to cut growth rate to 50%. If it doesn't, that's great. I can just build stuff on top of the greenhouse with pillars. But I believe it's going to cut growth rates, even though it will still technically be a greenhouse. Oh, also, this door is ready. Copy settings. Paste settings. Good. Neville, you're doing great work. Keep it up. Love your enthusiasm right now. This is going to be our sculpture studio. So as soon as it becomes a room, we'll plug in the room goal for it. Oh, we also destroyed our chalkboard, right? Well, don't move the shrink. Enlarge it. Stick it back over there. Alright. Rooms. School room. Select goal. Workshops. Show me a sculpture studio. One or more statue carvery. Don't have statue carvery unlocked yet. Alright, that's fine. Do you need windows or anything? You need one or more large windows. This I can do for you. Large rectangular window. One or more. It's an odd numbered room, so you're going to get 2 large windows. Rhoda, do you know that this is your bed yet? Because it is. You can stop sleeping outside. You can go to bed now. How much progress did you make on quilting today, Franco? I guess technically I only told you to do the sweeps, so not much, but that's okay. Oh, we haven't built the back walls yet. I was going to say, those are a little big for 136. This one should be much smaller. Yeah, that one's only 32. This is cool. I like the way this looks as a voidshroom farm. I think it's neat. Also, how are we doing on fog? It should be very far away now. Yeah, we've got a lot of time to not stress things. Also, look at all the shit that's just not getting tended. I need that quilted, fertilizer online. Like, soon. Let's fast forward until everybody's done recreating. You guys go eat. You guys go take care of that stuff. Only problem is when the haulers don't get to the task and gremlins spawn. I have 8 haulers. So, as long as we're quilting them, it shouldn't be a problem unless I've given them way too much to do. But even still, gremlins can only destroy items, right? So they just keep themselves sequestered in these tiny rooms and then we kill them. And then we lose void caps for it, but you get void caps for free every day. If gremlins can, like, smash doors, I'm a little more scared of that. But I don't think they can. Also, we need to light this up. We don't need voidshroom spawning here anymore. It's just draining people who are trying to do their jobs. Alright, still a greenhouse. Good. So we know that that works. Gwendolyn helping Xander learn fire. Love to see that. Xander's up to level 5. Love to see that. He doesn't have a lot of learning to do before we can... And Rhoda's cooking. Beautiful. We're actually catching up on bitter stir fry. 200 is probably overkill, but I just don't want to have to think about food ever. The last time we got a wasting was devastating. Appeared. Yeah, I know. Just harvest it. That'll be the last voidshroom that ever appears in there. So this is now the only place that we get voidshrooms. We don't have to worry about random mood debuffs on people. Beautiful. Now, Neville, I need you to come over here and work on this floor because you're the only person who can reach it. You are not going to be a nurse's office because you're above something loud, so we'll need to move that somewhere else as well. Actually, I mean, now that you've done that, you might as well just do this. And then demolish these. Just square that section off. These, I think we could turn into private dining rooms fairly easily. He's still working on the floor. He's not quitting. Research is done. Okay, next thing, we actually need something. The next thing that we needed was a sculpting station. Solomon's Seal? No. Sculpt. Sculpt. Sculpted relief? No. Sculpting station. Statue carvery. Yeah, that sounds right. let's do that. We can also finally get ourselves a crone bug. For whatever a crone bug is going to do for us. Okay. Oh, he has to haul all of those himself because the quilteds can't reach it. That's annoying. Oh, it's fine. You can also shave these off. We're not going to need those. Sionia's actually getting to learn dark from somebody. Emma is restoring mana. In the basement. Were you teaching? She must have been teaching. Otherwise, she's got a lantern in her room. Yeah. Your last school was just an apartment complex with very tall buildings and a broom rack per floor. I've been thinking about adding broom racks. Everything in this school was super organized until we had to build this screwed up auditorium on a series of pillars. It threw everything else off balance. This side of the school is honestly very nice and organized. Everything works super well except for this janky roof. But, you know, you take what you can get. This side of the school, complete unabashed nightmare. Just absolute horror show of organization. But we're slowly working our way through it. In fact, this could turn into a room as well. What could you be? Because you could be something, even though there's a staircase there. Break risk. Gwendolyn, what's wrong? Defeated minus 50? Oh, go hunt like a single dire rat. Go get yourself taken care of. Hunt it. And honestly, after you're done with that one, hunt this one. And then you can hunt this one. And then you can hunt a Croa too. You can do all of it. She needs a win. There's another rat you can hunt here as well. I would feel better for you if you weren't so bad at, like, combat. But what am I supposed to do with a B speed F power fire mage. Like, you don't do anything. You gamble on hitting mana burst on flare, and then if you don't, you have no mana. And then you don't do anything ever again. Alright, so. Oh, they're under full light. You know what? That does work. Interesting. Okay, so we could build bedrooms up here. I don't like the way that it looks, because it's gonna, like, destroy the aesthetics of this greenhouse. But we could put bedrooms there if we wanted to. The other thing that we could do is we could build bedrooms here, and we could just bump the greenhouse up. But we could move, we'd have to move all of these planters to some other, like, temporary storage. I'll think about it. But it's good to know that I can do that. Could just make it a bit higher with pillars instead of walls. I could. I'll have a think on it. I have options, which is nice. Let's get started on this section. We can start organizing here, and then all we have to do is make everything in the middle fit together in some way. What's really ticking me off is this Mage's Tower, though. I want that Mage's Tower to be different. Just don't have anywhere better to put it. Maybe we'll finish some high priority research, then we'll move that Mage's Tower over. Because I would like to be able to do anything with the middle of the school. And I'm unable to right now. Like, build this out as a floor, and then drop all of this down so that it's a floor at the same level. Knock out this floor, bump this room up, make that room something, and then we can have a second room here that does, you know, who knows what. We have options. But let's focus on one thing at a time. Let's get the sculpting studio in, and then we could think about making this into an atelier. Xander's almost level 6, and then we could think about doing Burrower again. And we're recovering nicely on gut berries. How are we doing on meals? Good. Meals are finally catching up. Gwendolyn is feeling okay about victory. Research done. I don't think there's a lot else that we really need right now. So I'm tempted to just catch up on, like, old research that we haven't done. Like, just grab See the Future. It's 1,000. Should take, like, 5 minutes to do. And Neville, now that you're done with this, let's demo this floor out. And we'll just move those walls up a little bit, and this will be our voidshroom farming chamber. It'll just be that big, and I think that should be fine. Over time, they'll pile up. I don't think we use them that quickly. Statue carving needs sculpt stone, so I can have the Lavalina work on that. All you cost is wood. Do that until we have 50. I don't think I need a ton of it. And I don't want to burn through my wood too aggressively. Though, I could. Because there's a lot of trees out here. What are you? Sweet leaf tree. I don't think I've ever chopped down a sweet leaf tree before. Maybe we'll get to. Alright, quilted lumberjack should get on that. Quilted haulers will bring it all in. We're going to turn almost all of that wood into sculpt stone, and then we're going to set up a carving studio down here. Just in case we need sculptures for things. And then we bump these walls up by 2. Here, here, here. This is unsupported, because that's a wall instead of a floor. So if we replace it with a floor, it should support itself. And then how is our stockpile of smoke Quick stick, only 44. I'm a little hesitant to turn that back on until we're making a lot more of it. Also, are you guys ready for battle yet? I don't think Rhoda's coming. I don't think Sonya's coming at C+ power. I don't think that's going to be enough. I'm just going to stick with double water mage, even though Dimitri is not a great water mage. I feel like any water is probably better than no water at all. Alright, well Neville works on that. Let's go try this. It's the end of the day. Ilani stays. You're here to just tank and buff other people. Quinn goes. It's going to be Xander instead. Oh wait, we still have Bane of the Vivified. We should not do this yet. We need to wait for Bane of the Vivified to wear off. And then we'll be in business. Idle student? Really? You don't say. Corrupted mana lantern has appeared. So eventually we pull this wall over. Where? Over here? Alright, we'll fight over here instead. Start me up. Weak to earth, weak to earth, weak to fire, weak to fire. Gwendolyn, you can come with. And that's fine. Rhoda can come, and Rhoda can be on the front line, because Quake will kill both of these raids in the first shot. And then Emma can also come, because the ones in the back are weak to light. And that should be okay. Xander's got Bane of the Vivified, but he can dump, like, counterattack. He doesn't have... No, he should... Yeah, he has Vengeance. So he'll be able to Vengeance Rhoda. It's a little spooky, but should be fine. Last time you played, you did the one for defeating the larva by day 14, but I haven't done the other ones. I haven't really started to achievement hunt yet, because I haven't actually finished the game. I've played it, I think, twice before I decided to stream it. But both of those times I did not get as far as I am now. So this is all brand new for me. It seems like a fun game to do a little bit of achievement hunting in. Like, I love the game. It's a really neat take on doing a colony sim. And it's got a lot of charm, too. Like, I cannot believe that there's less than 1,000 people who even follow the game on Twitch. I'm consistently the only person who's streaming it. At least at the times when I stream. I don't know, maybe there's like an EU audience for it or something, but it deserves way more recognition than it gets. Gwendolyn, just chill out, okay? Just, like, calm down. You're about to go fight stuff. Everybody else is going to do all of the work, and then you can be like, yay, I helped, and then you're going to retire, like, a week later when Xander takes your job. Dunk on. Like, 585? Okay, never mind. It's going to take 2 Quakes to kill those? That's a lot of health. Are you a bad enough dude to gamble on a mana burst on Flame Lash? No, they resist fire. You're not. You're gonna Vengeance Rope. Owned. Owned. Alright, so that's worked pretty well so far. And then you can't do direct damage. So I guess you're... If I Vengeance you, can you counterattack? You don't have anything else to do, so I guess let's find out. My suspicion is that won't work, but you never know until you try. Alright, you're gone. You're gone. Kind of. We'll put like a little bit of chip damage in on you, even though it's going to be almost nothing. A good crit, but pretty ineffective. Unable to counterattack. Okay, about what I expected. And not enough mana to counterattack. That's unfortunate. This is not something that we want to do with you in that spot right now. You can counterattack Rhoda. Rhoda's going to have to rest on her next turn to get mana back. Lightning there. Pass to get mana back. Whatever, man. Gamble on the Flame Mesh. Mana Burst. No mana burst? Alright, you don't do anything for the rest of the fight, but it's fine. Because the fight's over. Easy. Oh shit, that wasn't even the, that wasn't the mana, that wasn't the Corrupted Mana Crystal. That was the fight before the Corrupted Mana Crystal. Alright. Well, you guys can rest up, and then we'll get back in there later today. Xander feels like he did his job well, considering that he's only level 5. My expectation for him is that he becomes a tank eventually. I just don't think he's ready for prime time yet. Do you have any other good relics that might help you out? No, not currently. We gotta be graduating way more students now. We gotta be graduating way more students. We do have 2 beds open right now. Let's just bring somebody in. I need relics for my ball and max level mages. I need them to become powerful. Also, do I have enough sculpstone to make a statue carver yet? No, I'm only 2. You guys even working on this? Yeah, he's doing it. He's just going very slowly. Alright. And then also Cronebug Pen. Ah, that's impressive. I feel like if I was a Cronebug, doesn't fit, doesn't fit, doesn't fit, doesn't fit, doesn't fit. Well, if I was a Cronebug, it looks like I might be living above ground because I don't fit anywhere underground because I'm massive. God, it's huge. Is there, like, a stables? I have to imagine that would be a workshop. Woodcuttery, painting, sculpture, mages study, divinatorium. Ritual room? No. Relic room? No. Dragon? No. Greenhouse? No. Stable? No. It's not going to be a classroom. It's definitely not going to be a bedroom. It should be a workshop. So if it's not a workshop, then it's not a room. Yeah. Not any of these. Alright, so you can't make a special room for a crafting beast. So I will just stick it in a room here. This room also doesn't need to exist anymore. We have a classroom now. So shrink all of this. You can destroy that stone. We don't need to. And then we'll bring this floor down one. We have Cersei as a new student. Bliss Seeker Bronze should be fine. Potion Purist should be fine. Anticipatory Learning. We have a schedule for that. There you go. You can be on the no rec schedule. Have a nice time. And remember, you asked for it. This was your goal for being at this school, was to not recreate. Once Xander is healed, everybody should be healed. Because he definitely got hit the hardest of everybody, so we'll just keep an eye on his life. And then what are we dealing with for the corrupted lantern down here? Weak to earth, weak to air, weak to lightning. We can get rid of Gwendolyn. And we can bring Sonia for experience. That'll be the team. No, I can't bring Cersei in on one of those, because the corrupted mana lanterns have AoE. I'm not going to be able to bring her. I would like to work on Potion Purist, but she's not going to be cut out for that fight. Bring your Spiral Stair up to here. I want this room to feel nice and airy, so I'm just going to give it a hallway. We're not going to have a door or anything like that. Teaching, we now have Lightning Orrery. That's fine. We're not going to do one of those right now. And then give me this giant Cronebug pen. Also, this wall is wrong. You don't block access. See? You're fine. Stop complaining. Ice Tinkerizes? That's okay. Nobody should be eating gut berries except for Alexandra. And she's halfway done with it already. And also, because we have a greenhouse, we're rendered immune to it. Build me floor here. Do you have space above? Oh, because that's floor. That needs to be wall instead. And then you can do floor. Research. I guess we could go into the next tier. Carbon 3. Gargoyle. Wither Vein. What do I need to make these? Ignium? I have to imagine that Ignium is either going to come from a Cronebug or it's going to come from something I haven't even found yet. But given that I don't know what it is, I don't think I need to rush to making those. We'll just keep researching old tech that we don't necessarily need right now, because I don't think we need anything with any kind of urgency. Gotten ourselves a crystal ball, so we could augury if we wanted to. But I would like to stay focused on my statue carvery. And also on just, like, finishing all these random projects we have in the school right now. It's getting a little chaotic. We need to winnow down the number of things that we're working on. This is going to be a floor. Our painting studio is back. It is not appropriately lit, however. We'll move you to here, and then we'll build you a new... Don't have enough void cap, but we will soon. Because these rooms are operational. Neville can get to that. He's just busy right now. Yeah. Just finish it. Thank you. Xander's also fully healed. So let's go knock out that corrupted mana lantern. Base damage 15. Yeah, it's really spooky to bring Cersei in on that. If I did, I would take her over Sonya. Hey, you guys have AoE? Strongest enemy? Front row of enemies? You do give 20 power to random allies, and if you hit the mana lantern with plus power, it's pretty devastating. Yeah, this is safer. We'll find other opportunities to bring Cersei into battle. Like any battle that has a rock wall that she can hide behind to avoid AoE will be much safer for her than doing this battle. 100 Mandrake, 100 Wormweed, 50 Runewood. That's something. That is a construction and a half. We need to get Rhoda a relic that gives her extra mana, too. 279 is not going to cut it if she's going to be firing Quakes off back to back. I'd like to get her to like 350. But we'll find that eventually. All in due time. You are going to need to get lit as well. I'll give you 2 windows like that. Sculpstone going. Out of wood. Where's my lumberjack? Dead. Franco? He's creating. Okay. He's on his way to Quill. Let's go ahead and hit you with a multi-strike because you're weak to air. Go ahead and hit you with a multi-strike again, because it's a high stink. Go ahead and hit you with a smash for 252, which is real unfortunate. You just barely. Get a vengeance on Rhoda, because we're probably not going to be casting Blade. And then bolt a shield off of that. Multi-strike here again. Multi-strike here again. That's 1 down. Smash, that's 2 down. Get hit for another 30. Good counter. Oh, it has 3 shield this time. It AoEs, though. So counterattack Emma, and if we get to the point where it attacks again, Emma should be able to hit it with a counterattack. But I don't think it's going to get to that point. I think it's just going to die right here. There we go. Yeah, Cersei would have absolutely died if we brought her in. And that also takes care of the corrupted mana lantern, which is nice. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is room 5. So there should be a curse-bound mage in there, which would be fun. We're not quite ready for it yet, but there should be one in there. Cersei completed anticipatory learning. Good. Can go back on our normal schedule. Neville, just out of curiosity, what are you working on right now, and why is it not this wall? Don't worry about harvesting bitter rice blot. I gotta give Franco some chests in here to hold the stuff that he needs to be making quilting. His commute time is abysmal right now. That's probably part of the reason that these quilted beasts aren't coming together as fast as I want them to. It is nice to be at the stage in this school, though, where, like, intra-room logistics is starting to matter because it's so big that commute times are becoming a factor. He just has eons to hike to get up there, though. Might also be a case for brooms. Which I'm pretty sure I have. I just don't know where they live. I don't have them yet. Alright, maybe broom is what we research next, then. Once we're done with lock and key. That's a miner. Next is a lumberjack. That'll get us our wood back in. Neville's back to harvesting smoke reed. Needs supporting structure. Oh, right, that's the wall. So now you should be able to put floor under it. No space above, but you're wrong, though. Alright, you know what? Delete this. Just kill it. I want Neville to do it in principle. I'm glad you offered, Quinn, but... And then demolish these two, and that one. And make this a wall. And then this portion of the school will be supported again. Also, you gotta light this staircase. There you go. Huh. How are we doing on learning here, Xander? He's done with fire. He's at 3 of 4 on water. I'm not sure how he's learning water. Maybe refilling beds. Sonia's 4 of 5 on air. This is a shambles. Somebody coming to work on this? Building floor? Resetting dungeon timer? What the hell is... Well, okay, fine. I was going to ask why Franco's not doing that, but it's because he's busy creating quilted, and I'd much rather have him doing that instead. Brainless, since you've played a bit of this before, by the way, I do have one question for you. Do you know of any way that I can set a priority on a chest? Because I would love to have this chest, say, like, store viscera, sinew, eyeball, brain, ectoplasm at a really high priority, but only let it hold, like, you know, in this case, 200. I only want, like, the first 200 to go in here, and then the rest can go anywhere it wants. I'm dying for a chest priority configuration in here somewhere, but I haven't been able to find one. And I feel like it just doesn't exist. So if you know of one, let me know. Because I'd love to use it. Move all of this down in anticipation of sliding that whole floor down one. Slide this floor down one. And then we can bump the Dark Apprentice portal up to this floor. Or whatever we decide we want that teaching apparatus to be. But we have room for a second teaching apparatus there is the point. We're slowly bringing order to this section of the school. It's not a fast process, but it is happening. They made that change? If you set the priority on the chest higher. Oh, if I set this priority higher. That's so smart. Okay, cool. Because that's what I want this chest to do. I want it to hold all the stuff we need for quilting. But I don't need it to hold a lot of it. I just need it to hold a few. Damn, I want to rework all the storage in the school now. It's like I can also do that here. With a painting chest. We could do it over here for the kitchen chests. And then down here I just have like random bulk storage that's set to 3. So that should work out great. Thank you for that. I've been wondering about that for a while. It's good to know that there's a solution. And everybody is now very busy hauling, which would suggest to me that that strategy is working. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted up there. Dude, Franco's going to be able to go crazy on quilting now. It's all he's going to do. Alright, speed this up. How's our food going? We're up to 58 bitter stir fry. Good. No. That was the only question I had for you. We knocked out the corrupted mana lantern down here as well. I think that's pretty much all you missed. Otherwise, I'm just doing like minor refactoring of walls and stuff to get this section of the school to fit on a grid, so that we can expand it out more easily later. But also, we gotta take a break and move over to Guild Wars here, because I told Clay that I would do some in-houses with him at 8. So we're gonna have to pivot over to that, and we're gonna have to build our statue stuff next time. So we'll go ahead and save. If you want to catch the next time we play Mind Over Magic, I'm going to try and do it over the weekend. I don't exactly know what my schedule is like, but I'm really enjoying playing it lately, and I would like to just power through it. Best way to know when we're going to be playing is to hop in the Discord. There's also the VODs channel if you want to catch up on what we've been doing in Mind Over Magic or other games on the channel in the past. But that's going to do it for Mind Over Magic specifically, and we're going to go pivot over to some PvP and Guild Wars 2 for a bit. So I'm going to spin that up, go get set up in EOTM, probably refill water and go to the bathroom so that I don't have to later, and then we will be back doing that. Yeah, no more Mind Over Magic, but on the VODs channel, there are 10 episodes in the archive. We've been playing it for a while. That file's been going. So there is plenty to catch up on back there. Let's go ahead and edit stream info.